Hello everyone, this is Gary with your cards of the day, and I'm doing this reading quite late today because I've been suffering really badly with hay fever all day and I've had very little voice to speak of, so apologies if it's obvious in my voice, but I am struggling with that slightly at the moment. Now, the three decks that I've been drawn to use today, anyone who is an aficionado of tarot and tarot decks will recognise instantly from the backs that are on display here. We have the Golden Dawn Magical Tarot deck, we have the Universal Weight Tarot deck, and we have a deck that arrived this morning, which is the standard size edition of the Aleister Crowley Thoth deck. Some people call it Thoth, some call it Toth. As yet, I'm not entirely sure what the correct pronunciation is. As you can see, it's slightly smaller in scale than the other two decks, and that's a little disappointing for me because it is actually the middle size print of this deck, so I may at some point get the large scale deck, which will just make it easier to see the images. Now, moving on to the cards themselves, what we have today, we start with the Three of Cups, which is Mercury ruling Cancer. Very emotional, lots of very high power emotions is the feeling here, and we are actually in the star sign of Cancer at the moment. We have the Sun in Cancer. This feels like a lot of discussion today, a lot of talking, a lot of communication. The message on the card is abundance, which can be a little misleading in this context, other than to say there will be a lot. We will have a lot of emotions, a lot of communicating that. I'm very drawn to the colour blue in this card, but I'm also drawn to the kind of dark orangey gold of the astrological symbols, and the two together give me a reminder a little bit of the stone lapis lazuli, which I'm actually wearing as a ring here on my little finger. And this is a blue stone that has the sort of the iron flecks in it. So expect a lot of communicating and a lot of opening up of emotions today. And I'm just going to place a little tumblestone of lapis that I have just to ease that a little bit today. I'll place that up there with it. Now, our second card today is the Five of Wands, which kind of suggests what we may experience with all this emoting and all this communicating going on. We may well experience arguments, some kind of feeling a bit stuck, feeling like you can't really move forward because, in a sense, you've almost got people blocking you for the sake of blocking you. Almost like it's a game to them. That's the feeling that I'm getting from this. A lot of sort of friction. This is a suit of fire, and so I'm getting this sort of feeling of almost like rubbing two twigs together, and you get a little sort of, you get like a little sparks, almost like they're going to set alight. I would say here, do be aware of this, and so consequently, do your best not to ignite these sparks today. So, but do expect a little bit of friction, a little bit of argument today. And our final card is the Prince of Discs, and what we have here is the bull. Draws me very strongly here, and this is sort of pushing forward against the ground very steadily. So the feeling that I get very strongly with the Prince is kind of the action card, the way I take it within the court cards. The Prince and the Knight depending on which deck you're using. With the Thoth deck, the knight is actually equivalent to the king. So the prince takes that action role, that advice of how to proceed. So here, I would say stay grounded, stay centered, be cautious, be a little bit careful in how you push forward today. So if we look at these three cards together, it's quite interesting. We have the Three of Cups, abundance of emotions, a lot of communication, a lot of bearing our emotions to others, and really an indication that yes, it's good to communicate, but also you have to be a little bit careful how you do it, because the emotions can run high. This can lead to friction, it can lead to arguments, and it can lead to blockages. So just again, be cautious, try not to ignite those sparks. And the Prince of Discs indicates again the caution side of things, and just really being very, very careful how you progress, how you push forward today, because with emotions being so high, it's very, very easy for that friction in the suit of wands, which is the suit of fire, to ignite and in a sense turn the heat up on it and turn something that is a 5 into a 10 possibly. So it's well worth being careful. So I hope you've enjoyed these cards of the day and this rather traditional deck look at the energies of the day. Please feel free to drop me some comments and let me know how these themes affected your day today. Also, please feel free to check out my website www.theseerscave.webs.com for more information on myself, my ever-expanding set of tools, and the readings that I offer. I want to wish everyone a grounded, centered, happy and successful day today, whatever you do. And love, light, blessings and frith to you all.